Welcome in, everyone. Today we're going to be doing a deep dive into something pretty vital, I think, self-love.
Ooh, good one.
Yeah, I'm excited to chat about it. So you guys send in some awesome personal notes. Thank you for those. We're also going to be checking out a YouTube video from Psych2Go. It's called How to Practice Self-Love.
Oh, yeah, I love Psych2Go.
Yeah, their videos are great, right?
Yeah.
Like very easy to digest.
Very colorful.
Yes, with that soothing narration.
It's nice.
So yeah, we're going to be kind of pulling out the most helpful advice from that video and from your notes, and hopefully turn it into something, you can actually use in your life.
Practical application.
Yeah, exactly.
Love it.
Ready to unpack this thing.
Let's go.
All right. So the video lays out 8 tips for how to cultivate self-love.
8. That's a good number.
Yeah. Not too overwhelming, right?
Yeah, manageable.
Gives us some direction.
But good framework.
Okay, so tip number 1 is forgive yourself.
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah, this one really got to me because the video talks about how, we were so hard on ourselves, like all the time, chasing perfection, being super self-critical.
I think that's most people's experience. Yeah.
Right. Like just constantly kind of putting ourselves down.
Yeah, it's interesting how we do that.
It is. Like, why do we do that?
I think it's like we think if we're harder on ourselves, we'll do better.
Right.
But it actually doesn't really work that way. Have you noticed that in yourself at all?
Oh, absolutely. All the time. Like, I'm my own worst critic for sure.
Yeah, me too. And in my work, I see it a lot. But the cool thing is, self-forgiveness is not about ignoring your mistakes or lowering your standards. It's more about recognizing that we're all human. We all mess up, and those mistakes are actually valuable.
It's like they're opportunities.
Exactly. Opportunities to learn. There's so much research out there that shows how holding on to guilt and shame can actually hold you back.
Like it's weighing you down.
Literally, yeah.
Yep.
It's like carrying around a weight preventing you from moving forward.
Yeah, and I think sometimes we're almost like afraid to let go of that weight.
Right.
Because we're worried we'll make the same mistake again.
Right. It's like a defense mechanism.
Yeah. But what if we change our perspective and see those mistakes not as failures, but as like data points?
Okay, I like that. Data points.
I tried this, it didn't work. Okay, now I have this information to make a better decision next time.
Right. It's about reframing,
Yeah.
seeing those experiences as opportunities for growth. And there are actual techniques we can use to do this, like cognitive reframing. Therapists use it all the time to help people challenge those negative thoughts and replace them with more positive, constructive ones.
I love that.
Yeah, so for example, let's say you made a mistake at work, right? Instead of dwelling on it, beating yourself up, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? And what actions can I take to improve next time?
This is about focusing on solutions.
Yes. Solutions and growth. You're basically rewiring your brain to see those challenges as opportunities.
That's so helpful. So if you're listening and you're feeling stuck in that cycle of self-criticism, try this. Think of a recent mistake, something that's been on your mind, and imagine yourself as a scientist observing the situation. Like, what can you learn from it? What adjustments can you make? It's like being curious rather than judgmental.
Yes. Curiosity over judgment. I love that.
Right.
And the more you practice it, the easier it becomes to embrace those bumps in the road. It's part of the growth process. It's about resilience, not perfection.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so tip number 2 is be mindful.
Mindfulness.
Another big one.
Huge.
The video talks about how it's so easy to get caught up in what society expects of us, chasing those external things that maybe don't even really match up with what we truly want.
Right. And then we end up feeling lost.
Totally unfulfilled. So this tip's all about, tuning into ourselves and what we actually need.
And that's where mindfulness comes in. It's about being aware of your thoughts, your feelings, what's going on in your body right now, not judging it, just noticing.
So it's like tuning into our own inner compass.
Yes. Instead of all those outside messages, we're listening to our intuition. What feels right for us.
Love that. What are some ways to actually practice this? Because I think a lot of people, when they hear mindfulness, are like, yeah, meditate on a mountaintop. I get it. But what can we actually do in our daily lives?
Totally. So journaling, that's a great one. Meditation, even just taking a few deep breaths, paying attention to how it feels.
Way simple, but it makes such a difference.
Huge difference.
And it helps us gain clarity.
Yeah. You're clearing away all the mental clutter.
To see what really matters.
Exactly. And then instead of blindly chasing external validation, you can start making choices that feel right to you, aligned with your values.
Yeah. And that alignment is powerful.
It's so empowering.
Yeah, it is. Because it's okay, I'm finally living a life that feels authentic to me.
Right. And fulfilling.
which takes us beautifully into tip number 3. Act on what you need.
Ooh, I like this one.
This one hit home for me because it's how often do we ignore what we need? We say yes to every social thing, even if we need some alone time. We push ourselves beyond our limits because we think you should be able to do it all. It's like we're always putting everyone else's needs before our own.
Oh, it's so common. We live in a culture that glorifies busyness and self-sacrifice. We think it's selfish to put our needs first.
Right. Like it's a bad thing.
But it's not. When we constantly neglect ourselves, we end up burnt out, resentful, even getting sick.
It's not sustainable.
Not at all.
Yeah.
But when you learn to recognize and honor your needs, you create space for joy, peace, and well-being. Self-care isn't a luxury, it's essential.
It's like that oxygen mask analogy, right?
Oh, yeah, classic.
Put on your own mask first, then you can help others. It's not selfish, it's just like you can't pour from an empty cup.
Exactly. And remember, your needs change, depending on the day, what's going on.
So it's about being aware of those changes.
Right. And giving yourself permission to take care of them.
And that can be hard, especially if you're used to putting everyone else first.
Oh, yeah. It's a process for sure. It's like we have to retrain ourselves to listen to that inner voice, trust that our needs matter.
Yeah, and that they're worthy of attention.
Absolutely. And that's where the next tip comes in. Tip number 4, set boundaries, which can sound a little scary.
Right. Especially if you're not used to, asserting yourself.
Yeah, but the video explained it really well. It's not about shutting people out. It's about protecting your energy and defining what's okay, what's not okay in your life.
Like creating a safe space for yourself.
Yes, exactly. And it shows self-respect. When you set boundaries, you're saying, I'm valuable, I deserve to protect my time and energy, and that's powerful.
Love that. It's like, this is my garden, you're welcome to visit, but don't trample my flowers.
Uh-huh. Perfect analogy. And they don't have to be these harsh confrontational things. It can be as simple as saying no to something you don't have time for, or setting aside time for yourself each day where you just disconnect.
It's about communicating those boundaries clearly. Not being passive-aggressive, but being respectful of yourself and the other person.
Yes. It's a balance.
Right. Finding that balance.
And it takes practice, but it's a skill you can learn.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're listening and you struggle with boundaries, start small. Say no to one thing this week that you would normally say yes to. Or set aside just 15 minutes a day for yourself. Do something that feels good.
Those are great first steps.
Yeah. Baby steps.
And it's a journey, not a destination.
Right. And as we get more comfortable with boundaries, we start to feel more free, more in control of our lives.
It's such a good feeling.
Okay, on to tip number 5. Protect yourself. The video really talks about surrounding yourself with people who support you, who lift you up.
Your people.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed how certain people, you hang out with them and you're exhausted afterward?
Oh, yeah. Energy vampires.
Right. And then other people, you feel energized, inspired.
Yeah, it's wild.
It is. It's not about judging people, cutting them out. It's more about being aware of the energy exchange and being intentional about who you spend time with.
We deserve to be around people who support us.
Absolutely. Who celebrate us.
Who are there for us when things are tough.
Yes. And the research shows it, social support is essential for mental and emotional well-being.
It's a basic human need, really.
Like food and shelter, it's that important.
So think about the people in your life. Who brings you joy? Who makes you feel seen? Who challenges you in a good way? Nurture those relationships, and don't be afraid to distance yourself from people who bring you down.
Love it. Create a support system that nourishes you.
And speaking of nourishment, tip number 6 is live intentionally. This one is really about getting out of autopilot and living with purpose.
Becoming the creator of your life, not just letting it happen to you.
Right, like going from I have to I choose to.
Yes. Instead of just going through the motions.
It's about being the architect of your own life, not just following society's blueprints.
And it starts with knowing what you want. What are your values? What are your passions? What are your dreams? Sometimes we get so caught up in the day-to-day that we forget about that big picture.
It's like we're so busy climbing a ladder, we forget to check if it's even leaning against the right wall.
Exactly. Take some time to reflect. What truly matters? What brings you joy? What impact do you want to have?
Those are big questions.
They are, but they're important. It's like creating a map for your life.
Okay, so once you have that map, then what?
Then you start making choices that align with your vision, saying yes to the things that light you up and no to the things that drain you.
It's about being intentional with your time and energy.
Yes. Making sure your actions are matching up with your values.
Living with integrity.
Exactly.
And even those small everyday choices can have a big impact.
Totally. It's like the butterfly effect, you know?
Yeah.
A small change in one area can ripple out and affect everything.
So what small changes can you make today to live more intentionally? Maybe setting aside 15 minutes each morning to meditate or journal. Maybe spending time with people who inspire you. Or just being more present in your interactions.
Those are all great. And remember, it's a journey, not a destination.
And be kind to yourself along the way. Which brings us to tip number 7. Show up for yourself.
Self-compassion time.
Yes. Be your own best friend, your own biggest cheerleader.
Treat yourself like you would treat someone you love.
And recognize that we're all human. We all make mistakes. It's okay.
We don't have to be perfect. We can love ourselves anyway.
It's about shifting from self-criticism to self-acceptance.
Yes. And that feels so much better, let me tell you.
Because when we're constantly beating ourselves up, it's hard to move forward.
Totally. It's like you're stuck in the cycle of shame and self-doubt.
But when we practice self-compassion, it creates space for growth and healing.
We can acknowledge our mistakes without all that judgment.
Yeah. And we can learn from our experiences, move on with more confidence.
Resilient.
Yes. So, how can you show up for yourself today? Take a break when you're overwhelmed. Forgive yourself for something in the past. Maybe just acknowledge your efforts and celebrate any progress you made, no matter how small.
Those are great ideas. And remember, self-compassion, it's a muscle. We have to keep working it.
The more we practice, the easier it gets.
And the more we create this foundation of love and support within ourselves.
Which leads us perfectly into tip number 8. Practice self-care.
The grand finale.
It's like the culmination of all the other tips, right?
Yeah.
We take all that love and compassion and actually put it into action.
Yes, it's about making those conscious choices that take care of you physically, emotionally, spiritually. It's not selfish, it's essential.
It's not just about bubble baths and face masks.
Those are nice.
They are, but it's more about like what makes you feel good, what brings you joy, what recharges you.
And it's going to be different for everyone.
So experiment. What works for you?
Yeah, give yourself permission to prioritize your well-being.
Because you deserve to feel good. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to take care of yourself.
Preach.
And it's not a one-time thing. It's got to be an ongoing practice.
And make it a part of your routine.
So as we move into part 2 of our deep dive into self-love, think about which of these first 4 tips really resonates with you. What small steps can you take today to start putting these ideas into action? Remember, self-love is a journey. It's ongoing. It's learning and growing and evolving. And it's a gift that keeps on giving.
To yourself.
To yourself.
It's amazing how those first 4 tips, like, set the stage for a more loving relationship with ourselves.
Right, like we're clearing out all that mental and emotional baggage to make space for self-love, you know?
Exactly. And speaking of space, that kind of reminds me of tip number 5, protect yourself. It got me thinking about how much our environment, our surroundings, can actually impact our well-being.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like we've talked about the people we surround ourselves with, but have you ever considered how your physical space might be affecting your self-love journey?
Now that you mention it, yeah, I can see that. Like, a cluttered space can feel super chaotic, right?
Totally. And it can be overwhelming.
Yeah, you just feel stressed out.
Yeah.
But a clean, organized space, that can feel really calming.
Exactly. It's not just about how it looks, it's about creating an environment that supports you, you know? If you're always surrounded by clutter, it's harder to focus, it's harder to relax, it's even harder to feel good about yourself.
It's like your space is sending you a message.
Yes. Like, I'm not worthy of a clean and organized space.
Right. Wow, I never thought about it like that.
But when you take the time to declutter and create a space that feels good, it's like you're saying, I deserve this. I deserve to be in a beautiful and functional space. It's a form of self-respect.
It's self-care.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be a huge project, you know?
Yeah.
Just small changes like clearing off your desk, making your bed, those can make a big difference.
Totally. Those little things can really shift your whole mindset.
They set the tone for a better day. And it's not just our physical environment, it's also about the information we consume. Like, think about the books you read, the podcasts you listen to, the social media you scroll through.
Yeah.
Is it uplifting? Is it inspiring? Or is it all negative and draining?
That's a great point. It's like we're curating our mental diet.
Exactly. We need to nourish ourselves with content that supports us and helps us grow.
So, listeners, take a look around. What can you declutter? What can you organize? Maybe add some plants, make it beautiful. And think about what information you're taking in. Is it feeding your soul or bringing you down?
It's all about making those conscious choices that support your self-love journey.
Speaking of conscious choices, let's move on to tip number 6, live intentionally. This one's about being in the driver's seat of our lives.
Yeah, it's about being proactive, not reactive. We get to choose how we want to live, not just let life happen to us.
We get to design our own lives.
Exactly. But first, we have to know what we want that design to look like. What are our values? What are our passions? What are our dreams?
Yeah, sometimes we get so busy with everything that we forget to think about those things.
Exactly. We're just going through the motions. So take some time to reflect. What truly matters to you? What lights you up? What kind of impact do you want to make on the world?
Those are some big questions, but important ones. It's like creating a roadmap for your life.
And once you have that roadmap, you can start making choices that align with it, saying yes to the things that excite you and no to the things that drain you.
Being intentional with our time and energy.
Exactly. Living in a way that feels authentic and true to yourself.
And even those small everyday choices can have a big impact.
Absolutely. Small changes can lead to big shifts. It's like that butterfly effect, you know? One little flap of his wings can cause a hurricane on the other side of the world.
So true. So listeners, what small changes can you make to start living more intentionally? Maybe dedicate 15 minutes each morning to journaling or meditation. Surround yourself with inspiring people. Or just try to be more present in your daily interactions. Even little things count.
They really do. It's all about progress, not perfection. And it's about being kind to ourselves along the way.
Which brings us to tip number 7. Show up for yourself. Time for some self-compassion.
Yes. It's about being our own best friend, our own cheerleader. Treat ourselves with the same kindness we'd offer to a loved one.
And remembering that we're all human, we all make mistakes. That's part of life.
We don't have to be perfect. We're allowed to mess up. And we can still love ourselves.
Love that. It's about shifting from self-criticism to self-acceptance, which can be really hard, especially if we're used to being hard on ourselves.
It's definitely a practice, but it's so worth it. Because when we're constantly beating ourselves up, it just keeps us stuck.
Yeah, we get caught in that cycle of shame and self-doubt.
Exactly. But self-compassion, it creates space for growth, for healing. We can acknowledge our mistakes without judging ourselves so harshly. We can learn and move on with more confidence.
And more resilience.
Yeah.
So listeners, how can you show up for yourself today? Maybe take a break when you need it. Forgive yourself for a past mistake. Maybe just acknowledge your efforts and celebrate your wins, big or small.
Those are great ideas. And remember, self-compassion is a practice. The more we do it, the easier it gets.
And the more we create that loving, supportive foundation within ourselves.
Which leads us perfectly into tip number 8. Practice self-care.
This is a big one because it really brings all the other tips together, right? It's about taking all that love and compassion we've cultivated and putting it into action.
Exactly. It's about making those choices that nourish us physically, emotionally, spiritually. It's not about being selfish. It's about recognizing that our well-being is important.
And self-care is not just about bubble baths and face masks, although those are nice.
They are nice.
But it's about finding what truly makes you feel good, what recharges your batteries.
And that's going to be different for everyone.
So it's about exploring, experimenting, figuring out what works for you, and giving yourself permission to prioritize those things.
Yes. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to take care of yourself.
And self-care is not a one-time thing. It's a practice. It's about making those choices every day, integrating it into your life.
Make it a habit. Non-negotiable.
So listeners, as we wrap up this deep dive into self-love, think about one small act of self-care you can commit to doing every day for the next week. Anything from a walk in nature to 5 minutes of meditation to just speaking kindly to yourself. It all makes a difference.
It really does. Small steps lead to big changes. And remember, you are worthy of love, especially from yourself.
Wow, we've covered so much. It's really cool to see how all these tips connect, you know?
Yeah, it's like a web, right? Like they all support each other.
Totally. But I'm curious, out of everything we've talked about, what stands out to you the most? What's really resonated with you?
That's tough. They're all so good. But I think, for me, the idea of living intentionally really hits home. Like remembering that we have the power to shape our own lives, to make choices that align with what we truly value.
I love that too. It's so empowering. It's like instead of just letting life happen to us, we get to be the creators.
Exactly. And I think that ties in so well with self-care, because when we're living intentionally, we're more likely to prioritize taking care of ourselves. It becomes a natural part of our lives.
Yeah, it's not an afterthought anymore. It's like, oh, this is just part of who I am. I take care of myself.
Right. And I think all these tips, forgiving ourselves, setting boundaries, surrounding ourselves with good people, it all contributes to building this foundation of self-love.
It's like we're creating this inner sanctuary, this safe space where we can always come back to and recharge.
Beautiful. I love that imagery.
And from that place, we can go out into the world and do amazing things, pursue our passions, connect with others, make a difference.
Exactly. Because self-love isn't just about feeling good. It's about how we show up in the world. It ripples outward. It's so true. So as we wrap up this deep dive into self-love, I want to leave you with this question. If self-love is a journey, what's the next step you want to take? Which of these tips is calling to you right now? What small action can you take today to nourish yourself?
Remember, self-love is a practice. It's ongoing. It's learning, it's growing, it's evolving. And it might not always be easy, but it's so worth it.
Because you are worth it.
Yes, you are.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into self-love. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep loving yourselves.